bearing with me through these technical difficulties because all my batteries seem to be depleted. But we found one with 95%. But the question I was just asking you before you cut off was, how do people see blockchain and crypto in Kenya? What is adoption like? Yeah, we think that the most prevalent way people actually encounter crypto right now in Kenya.
Okay. In Kenya, currently, blockchain, people see blockchain or crypto itself to be a revolutionary technology. What do you mean by revolutionary technology? It's more like a secure, transparent, and everything does on blockchain is secure and transparent. Everybody can view even transaction it does. On chain, it's very clear to everybody, not like a hidden means of chain, like hidden means of transaction. So it's revolutionary technology, meaning it's an upcoming technology whereby people are diving into blockchain as a whole. Several developers, several builders, several investors, several people within Kenya as a whole, like let me say the entire world, are aiming at blockchain due to its revolutionary technology. It aims security and transparency as a whole. And another thing why people are also, another key thing, not only being a developer, why other people are like going into blockchain or crypto as a huge number, massive number, is because of its foundation of cryptocurrency. What do I mean by foundation of cryptocurrency? This aspect whereby people look at it like a money, crypto is a money, like I want to have some Ethereum, how can I be a trader and get some Bitcoin? Like aim of crypto, we know all the value of Bitcoin, we know all the value of Ethereum when you transact it in your local country currency, the very big value it is. So people see it in different perspectives, like it's aiming at driving several people due to several use cases. The currency itself, it has people aim at currency, trading in it, building in it. So it's more like worldwide, like drive massive number attraction.
Yeah, you're saying people are already seeing like the exponential growth.
Yeah.
They're looking at it like sure, in like US dollars might be like a $97,000 difference between Bitcoin and ETH.
Yeah.
But you're saying like even like a $500 difference in ETH like from now to next year is like an exponential shift in like maybe like the shillings, no?
Yeah, exactly. So it's a big value. Yeah.
How do you see the economy in Kenya and like this technology, like I guess evolving together over time?
Yeah, the economy, Bitcoin, like any country which employs Bitcoin within its technology, automatically the technology in that country gets to be uplifted, like gets to be booming. That's why they usually have to come up with the aspect like, can we be like transaction without first meeting at like several applications nowadays are coming through whereby you have to make a payment without first changing the currency because the value in that currency, Bitcoin or currency or any currency like cryptocurrency itself, Ethereum, Solana, any. So like the economy, any country that employs economy or employs Bitcoin in it, the economy automatically gets to shoot up. So in Kenya, since we are now like in Kenya, we are now deep diving into Bitcoin. Like people get to advance knowledge of Bitcoin. As years go about, we get to advance like our vision for 2030 going backwards, like being a country of blockchain free, like every transaction, buying Bitcoin mining companies, Bitcoin mining machines everywhere. Like it's going to be like, let me say the economy as a blockchain as a whole. Like in Kenya, respectively. With other countries already have, like the US, employing the Bitcoin as the major cryptocurrency for trade. Like any country with a Bitcoin, any blockchain, it's more like, let me say, it's a blockchain economic country. As well, a matter of PDE. As growth, domestic growth concerned, yeah, that's.
And I guess before I kind of shift subjects, I was curious to hear you talk about what you think what are like the major exports of Kenya? You know, what are the existing major industries in Kenya that impact its GDP? And do you see those industries starting to adopt crypto now?
Exactly. So yeah, sure. Then the major GDP, the gross domestic product for Kenya, like it's mainly from agriculture sector.
What is it?
Agricultural sector, like export of tea, like tea as you said, what we export as Kenya, those Kenya export.
Yeah, but what did you say?
It's tea farming, like tea.
What's the word you said?
Then?
You said it's the what sector?
Agricultural sector.
Yeah.
So the main export is tea. Like tea gets to be like Kenya gets to be like a mother of tea in Ethiopia. So the key tea itself in Kenya is like the main key, like provided that other agriculture are also concerned. Then not only to talk about other sectors of export, let me just see how blockchain gets to interact with this sector of exports as part of blockchain is concerned as a whole. So like in Kenya, several applications have been developed like to enable farmers to be able to get paid in Bitcoin. Like let me say I'm the one to pay for your export, like you have to drop some there's something you want to sell to me, like from your farm, be able to take it to industry. Like I won't be able to give you a cash money directly, but in case I have Bitcoin or I have Ethereum or any cryptocurrency within my wallet, I can be able to send to you direct. That's the technology of Bitcoin. The technology of blockchain, I mean, it has been able to be implemented so that several developers and several transactors can be able to transact without getting in touch with fiat money. Like you just send Bitcoin and it gets transacted directly. Taking for the case with several wallets have been implemented the same functionality. We have mini pay wallet, there is Maceo, build on Maceo. So blockchain is a massive key. It's mainly touching every sector in economy, in every sector in the country as a whole. So it's very critical to the economy employees. It's like other economies which touch individual in the country from getting into blockchain. Like not to bring like several countries, like not sure which countries I don't speak about them, but other countries they restrict individuals from interaction with blockchain, making payment concerning crypto. That's usually like in the normal world of today. Such country usually like I can say the economic growth of the country is more like depreciating. It can be like it's more like as compared lower compared than us with the implementation of blockchain in there.
And aside from Ethiopia, have you been to any other countries outside of Kenya?
Yeah, I've covered almost East Africa as a whole. Like, yeah, East Africa as a whole. Then again, I'm planning to more advanced more. Yeah.
And what's your perspective on like I don't know, I guess on East Africa? Do you feel like there is like a lot of collaboration between these countries? Are they like politically aligned? Do you feel economically, do you feel like they're leveraging each other in ways that make sense?
Yeah, East Africa is we usually refer to ourselves as the mother of peace. In East Africa, you move without any boundary. Like you move any peacefully. Like you get to associate with any East Africa. Like an East Africa guy treats another East Africa guy as from the same motherhood. Me moving to Kenya, it's more easier. Like me moving from my bedroom, from Ethiopia. Yeah, I mean, when I'm in Ethiopia, Kenya back. Yeah, like East Africa we refer ourselves like we are the unity of our land. We are the unity of the East. We are the sun itself. We are sun comes from. So we are the one who gives us the sun. So like so the unity in economic growth as far as concerned. Little when every export being exported from East Africa to East Africa, it usually gets to be like the tax and cash becomes very depreciated, very minimal or less just shifting to any part of Africa or any part of the world. So East Africa, we say no war, no violence. So we want to bring that aspect to everything being done in East Africa. And very glad about it, speaking on the perspective of technology. East Africa is now booming, happy with very implementation of the Web3 itself, like everything aspects Web3 is becoming very high. Taking for the perspective of here in Ethiopia, for the past 2 weeks I've been here in Ethiopia, like I've seen several changes, Bitcoin machines being in several areas here, Bitcoins are being mined in Ethiopia, like it's a very improvement, great journey for the blockchain as a whole, Web3 itself.
And I appreciate that answer a lot. I think, you really offer people a perspective on how you see East Africa, how East Africans see themselves, how these countries have historically engaged, and what you think, is special to East Africa in particular.
Yeah.
I feel like, the way that Africa is represented in like the multimedia is frequently, at least what reaches the U.S., I think reaches the Western world, I think is frequently not, people speaking themselves from their perspectives of self, So I think it's a beautiful thing that we got to include that in the conversation. And kind of returning to present, here we are at the hackathon. What are you building for the hackathon?
Okay, prospectively, what I'm building for hackathon, I'm building my applications Africa ID, giving it tough to in Africa and ID like to generate digital IDs. So what this application is doing, basing my challenges on several challenges Africans face. Like in Africa, we want to make it at least where in Africa you get to, like just starting with Africa, but the application is going to go to worldwide as per my aim and ability. So what this application is aiming to do with building in residency hackathon. So the application is aiming at, we have several Africans, several individual refugees, and those who are banked within the stateless populations. Over 1 million usually lacks various identifications like IDs for them to access data. They can't be able to access health services within a specific country. They can't be able to get financial, like you want to get someone from a financial institution, you must have a valid identification for that specific country. But in Africa, we want to make it sure like any refugee, when I become a refugee in Ethiopia, I don't have the various credential in Ethiopia. How can I be able to access the finance to get an access to health service within Ethiopia? So having ID is going to make it easier. Like you are a specific individual, this individual is aiming at getting a specific aim, the aim itself within that country can be able to upload the various biometrics, the fingerprint, for sure, any valid document he has, maybe from a country he's from or anything like that certificate itself, to be able to generate a digital ID for him, a unique ID. Like basically we know that there are several things usually interact with government to get an ID from government, like getting an ID at the same point usually validation gets to be effective. And I'm not aiming at working on my own, but I'm planning to integrate the application with government websites and government sites through partnership. So that's the key game of Africa ID. We are aiming at making Africa be the country of easiness, like you get to be able to get something with ease then. So we still, like, it's not the only Africa, but we're aiming, yes, I'm the entire team, we are developing the application room, we're aiming at making it a worldwide relevant application.
That makes sense. And so does that mean that even after the hackathon, you're going to continue to work on this project?
Yeah, it's going to be continuous to make it be a reality. It's not only on hackathon mode, but it's on life mode.
It's life mode.
Yeah, it's life mode.
Like that. Founder mode.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's dope. And so how big is your team? What does your team look like as you're trying to build this project?
Okay, my team, I'm proud of my team. It's a team of capability, it's a team of strength. We have several guys, like team members, they are guys of capability, in the sense, so as a ground. Like we are guys who are capable, we believe in ourselves as implementing this application.
Who's on your team though? Like shout them out, you know?
The guys on my team, I have several team members. I have one friend from Ghana called John. I have a guy also from Kenya, it's a girlfriend. Then also I have one guy from Kenya called Felix Abede. So we are guys of strong team, we believe in this. And also, not only if we run a team meeting others, we are all unit of team as developers. All of them, without including others, we have several teams in short. This is just minor account from a friend, but there are several teams. Yeah. And
do you feel like the majority of developers in Kenya are buying into Web3 and building as well?
Yeah, that's true. So now, like majority of developers, there's some kingdom coming to into developers mind. Like when you're able to develop and you are not a developer and then you should change your life. So several developers are doing that while several developers are aiming at being into Web3 because now most applicable apps, like you pitch your application to an investor, to a given institution, like a given platform that needs the same application with Web2. Like Web2 is capable of being tampered with because of security, but blockchain, like it's like chains are linked. The way the term says the chains. So things are very secure, like your data is very secure, it's 100% secure. So that's the perspective bringing developers to be able to build on blockchain. Yeah. So very many developers now are like, let me say the developers have now transitioned fully like into Web3, like it's the key norm going around the world.
Appreciate that. Yes, my last two questions, we use the word blockchain a lot. We haven't actually broken down what blockchain is. Can you say in your words what a blockchain is?
Okay, a blockchain. In my own words, in my own words, they say blockchain is a decentralized. It's an improvised decentralized Web2. It's a decentralized application like enables you to, like let me just say it's a decentralized, secure, and transparent Web2 itself. So it's an improved Web2.
Okay.
Yeah. So cool. So different people have different words, but that's what blockchain is.
Okay. And is blockchain, in your eyes, the future of the world? Like people talk about Bitcoin being world reserve currency. Do you feel like that's the future? Do you think what do you feel like the role of this emerging technology is in the future of the global economy?
Yeah. So it's true. People say blockchain, it's going to be the strong up, and that's true. No way, no point, Bitcoin will come down. When you become the mother of the house, it's forever you'll be the mother after you're the one who enable the children to know what the world is all about. So Bitcoin itself, the initiation of Bitcoin as a Satoshi team, it's all going to be strong in high unless there's a market cap drift of price, like maybe say from $100,000 to $90,000, but it still will be the key point, like the strong hold for the blockchains and the rest. But several blockchains are coming through. That's associated with the future of blockchain. Several blockchains are being coming through into the world. Several tokens are being minted into different chains, being Solana the key hold of several meme coins. Like we have several blockchains as a future. The future of blockchain is more like Atana's future. Like it's not going any down anymore. Like blockchain is going to be super. What's the name?
You mentioned meme coins, and so I'd love to hear you say blockchain the future is going up, but what is a meme coin distinct from the rest? of crypto.
Yeah.
And you're right,
So meme coin is distinct from the rest of the crypto. So to make it break down a bit, we know what Ethereum Solana is, right? Solana is Ethereum, right? We know what Solana coin, Solana as a blockchain, it's all about. So meme coin, the term meme coin, why they use the term meme coin? Coming to perspective, like you have a currency, you can be able to your currency coming up this following morning, then waking up the next morning you find your currency at zero. So the term meme coin, not saying it's a bad perspective of calling it like that, but that's what it's all about. The white papers, all the papers written black papers about meme coins, that's what they dictate. So a meme coin, to make it easy for a person who maybe want to trade or want to join perspective of creating coins. So any coin, like the easiest coin to create when you are a developer, you are building something like you want to create or mint a coin is surely the meme coin. Meme coin is based on aspect like its value is usually lower, very lower, like 0 point something. Any coin with a value cap, market cap lower than the aspect of big cap, that's usually a meme coin. A meme coin is a coin that us now, like it's very like volatile, like within 0.1 second its value can turn to 0, you lose everything. So it's like a trade coin, it's usually more like a trade coin. So it's a coin though, it's a coin, it's not a chain, but it's a coin itself inside a chain. So built on several like layers. So the Solana being the mother of meme coins. So like several developers mint their coins inside Solana. So like it's a meme. A meme coin is a coin with a lowest value. So unless other people have different ones, but that's how I prefer for us to the aspect of what I've read about meme coins. So
No, I agree with everything you said, and I feel like the biggest thing you said is like in a split second they can go to 0. And I feel like it's about attention. I think meme coins are a whole attention, like it's just like the tokenizing, right, of an attention economy. And people kind of gambling on where attention will be and where it has been. That's really it. People ask me, what is this stuff? I said it's just a casino. You're a casino person. Meme coins are
making it easy for even you as an technologist to understand what meme coins is. How about you? How do you find life to be about, like in your perspective of major? How do you go about? Say you are you initially were organization, right?
Yeah.
So how have you find the industry to be like association for the case, like to enable developers in blockchain to be able to build something in music industry, so how do you see music industry to be going about?
Yeah, I mean, so that's true. I got started in Web3 space, really being interested in the intersection of music and Web3. So looking at platforms, trying to help people sell NFTs. But the big thing with like startups, right, is you're supposed to have a problem statement. But artists don't struggle with the fact that they can't sell NFTs. That's not like a real industry problem. I think capturing value is a big issue. I think like middlemen that are attractive are a big issue. I think people having to take concessions to find funding as creatives is a big issue, and even just sourcing funding and becoming like a creative that's not starving. Like starving artists are the majority of artists. And so I'd say really looking at how can you be building composable tools for creatives, but also looking at what are creatives, what infrastructure do creatives actually feel like they don't have, is I think just an important question to start asking. I think it's, in my opinion, maybe too early to say what developers should build. I feel like not enough creatives are actually looking at what we could build. And so I'd say the most important thing is really start creating that conversation. That's really what I'm committed to doing here with We the Media. It's bringing together the minds, with the technology, the minds thinking about economics, tokenomics, but also the minds thinking about the future of the creator economy, the future of Hollywood, the future of major film production, I think most creatives in the world right now are not happy. You see this writer's strike, you see in the US, right, that's what I'm thinking about. You see musicians complaining about their deals. I think you see actors talking about how they don't necessarily have the kind of benefits they want, especially with AI coming into play, writers getting upset, etc. And so I think just starting to look at, what are the grievances that creatives have around these industries, and what does it look like to start building, even just social infrastructure, right, that can offer, people the opportunity to choose paths to success that don't come with those same concessions and concerns. So I don't necessarily know if it's about technology, but I think maybe it's more about the practices that we appropriate, right? And then how can we in the long term give creatives, I guess, some say in what those practices that we prescribe will be, if that makes sense. How do we decentralize so they have some say?
Great. I think music is also another big industry in the world, needs some big decentralization. Matter of musicians are concerned. That's is Jamit from Jamit. So you come introduction Jamit. Like
Yeah, I mean, it's a
just
case.
developed for Western, like the West Africa part, like by somebody like I'm not sure about the name, but it's aiming like several like what I can say like when you are given industry, you need to uplift your industry, like yeah. So that's cool about sharing about those industries.
Yeah, I do want to get on Jim. Ike, is his name? Yeah, Ike.
Yeah, I think yeah.
I met him at DevCon, and he did a presentation like the creator economy space, and it was really cool things to hear about Jim. And I'm very bullish. I feel like right now we have pods. It's like one like podcasting Web3 platform. And so I think it's cool to, like I said, I came in looking at already audio stuff. It's cool to see like a new wave of creative applications emerging. And I think it's cool that he's already interacting with creatives, asking them questions. I think a lot of the platforms in this space, they come in really focused on creatives, and I think over time they burn their money and they become concerned with like profits, and then they kind of just become the same as the extractive industries which exist also to survive. So, but I really appreciate your time. I appreciate you sitting with me through the technical difficulties.
I appreciate also like joining up, sharing different minds, ideas together. Yeah, it's very pleased.
Yeah. Do you have any final thoughts for my audience before we wrap up?
One thing I'll say to audience before I wrap up, to developers now, let me just speak on developers. Like when you're building something, like build something, don't care about what the thing is. Like they usually say take it as a stupid thing, like build without checking like what the app is going to do, like provided you have the basic problems you want to solve. Don't consider like being given challenge a bit by the rest, like pushing you what this will do, like build with the game focus, like make it simple, like begin and make it simple and stupid. Like, yeah. So the key thing, build. Yeah. So
just keep building.
Just keep building. Yeah, just keep building. So my final thought to them, to my fellow colleagues and the rest.
Any thoughts in Swahili?
Any thoughts in Swahili? Okay, I can't just start speaking by Swahili because it's my main language, mother language. So in Kiswahili we say wewe ukijenga ama kutengeneza kitu zidi kutengeneza, usiangalie nani anaongea ama nani anafanya nini, zidi kuitengeneza. Like what you have in him, it's all that's going to create at the end. So wejenga bila kuangalia kama ni muundaji unda kile kitu naunda bila kuangalia nyuma ikoje. So vile tunasema keep building.
Alright. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in to another episode of We the Niggas. I'm really excited to be here in Addis, to be at this hackathon, to be getting to see, just people who are super invested in this ecosystem growing, in the future of the African economy, people who are interested in the future of technology. I just feel blessed to be on this journey. I feel blessed to have you here with me, James, so thank you again. Thank you for listening and have a great rest of your day. I like to say Booyah to end my episode, so 3, 2, 1.
Booyah.